Alright, so on today's episode of Music Sound Noise, we're going to be doing artists. We're going to be reviewing an artist by the name of FrankLogic. I had the pleasure of meeting Mr. Logic over at Replays in Atlanta. And
shout out to Replays.
Yes, shout out to Replay. Basically we're just gonna review one of his albums here by the name of Keep to Myself. So we're gonna do it track by track and let you guys, check it out and see how you feel about it.
Just a note, FrankLogic is about to be, I think, our first artist that we do that we literally know nothing about.
Yeah.
So as more artists, as we reach out to more artists and more artists reach out to us, we like to purely go off of music, and this will be the first time that we're literally just going off sound. So that's awesome.
The sound part of the music.
Only the
of the noise.
Of the noise.
All right, but stay tuned. All right. So the track list consists of 7 tracks, 1 intro, 1 outro, of course. I get the vibe that Mr. Logic plays instruments. I don't know which instruments he plays, but he might have, composed every instrument on these tracks, because he has another EP that what's the name of it? He has another EP called The Monster Inside,
yeah.
and that's all instrumental.
Yeah.
So, which is really dope. I feel like a lot of rappers aren't really listening and playing their instruments or having someone else play the instruments. I think there's only a few rappers that do that, and Kendrick Lamar.
Well, I mean, you can't say that.
Okay, go for it.
Well, we want to keep this about Frank. The reason I say you can't say that is because you don't know what actually goes behind them writing, listening to that song over and over.
That's absolutely fine.
And everything. So
that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
But a lot of songs that we hear on the radio, they're not actual instruments. It's just like someone like.
Yeah, I mean.
What?
This is true.
Okay.
This is true. Yeah, that part is true.
That's what I'm talking about.
Saying they don't never mind. I misunderstood.
Oh, okay. You should speak up, by the way. So I think I really respect that about him already. So what else was? So yeah, the whole first EP that we ran across was
Monster Inside, complete instrumental. And once again, I know we're talking about him in general, right? So, Monster Inside, I heard it, and it automatically, I don't know if, like I said, we don't know what instruments he does or does not play, but the drums hit me. I like the drums.
Dave Chappelle said all black people like the drums.
But no, the drums, the whole sound of it was this sonic type of captivating nonsense.
I like that.
It didn't sound rock. It didn't sound hip hop. It didn't sound jazz.
It was like a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it sounded like a mixture of everything, but also with a mixture of everything, it didn't sound smooth. Like it wasn't like a smooth mixture of everything. It was like a distorted everything.
I agree, and so this might be far-fetched, but I listen to a lot of techno music. I don't know why I like techno music or house music, and I kind of felt like there was some techno in there too. Like if you listen to a lot of house music, it's like it just sounds like it's just everything is everywhere, but at the same time it comes together and it's just like
with that EDM. You guys know what I'm trying to say.
EDM?
No, not EDM. The chemical name for ecstasy or Molly.
Oh,
because you say it comes together, and usually people are on those drugs when they're at raves.
So it comes together. Got you. So yeah, I kind of feel like maybe he might listen to all of that. Actually, he might listen to rock, rap, house music, jazz, because I definitely heard it in his music. But let's get back to this EP, right, or this album rather. So Welcome My Children was completely instrumental. The second track is Ego. And I really liked Ego. I think I'll go into this one first. I really like Ego because he kind of talks about being by himself and how he doesn't really need anybody else. But I kind of got a sense that it was kind of like lonely and dark a little bit. And I am a person that is an introvert. I keep to myself. Like doing this blog is actually the most extroverted thing I've ever done in my life. And
that's only because you like music.
Yeah, and it's only because I like music. So I really related to Ego because ego, right? It's your pride, right? And in the song, he's going in. And he's like, I don't need anybody. Like I'm good. But at the end, you kind of feel a sense of loneliness to it, and it's like, you just want somebody to relate. You just want somebody to like see where you're coming from. But when you're different, or when you are someone that kind of thinks out of the box, it's hard to find someone like you.
So, on almost like, so would it be consist of almost like a play on itself, in the sense of your ego, and the name of the song is Ego. The name of the album is Keep It to Myself. But at the same time,
I like that.
He's getting his music out there, so he's not keeping it to himself.
Yeah.
And maybe ego is a way of saying that that his ego may be an obstacle in front of him. That maybe he should I wouldn't say
not be so prideful, I guess.
Yeah. Be more open to
I like that.
I mean, that's just
your play on it.
Yeah, my perception of it, because it was I wouldn't say self-lifting, but it was a song referring to him doing it himself, his sound and what have you not. But at the same time, once you find someone that likes that sound and people that can relate to that sound, then you're no longer
by yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
And you kind of let your ego down, right? When you're not longer by yourself.
Yeah.
I like that right there. Good observation. So it has a jazzy beat to it. He does the chorus and he does the rapping, so he does all the vocals on it. He actually sounds pretty good singing. My favorite line in the song, he says, try to put life on like the way you spray cologne. I thought that was pretty dope.
Yeah.
He speaks a little bit of Spanish, like the bar right after that.
Yeah. So
I'm kind of curious if So I'm kind of curious, like if he has a Spanish background, or maybe he lives in the Spanish community.
Yeah. Where did you grow up?
Yeah. Tell us more, Frank. So yeah, that's all I have for Ego. Do you have anything else before we go to the next track?
No.
Okay. Cool. Oh.
Next track is Insomniac. Insomnia. I'm sorry. I am an insomniac, so. Animaniac. I personally heard the drums. I like the drums of the song off rip. I feel like between Ego and Insomnia, his flows are abstract, I would say. They come off just. When you hear the beat, you're not knowing what to expect, and then his flow doesn't disappoint, but it follows that trend of not knowing what to expect. And overall, the sound of being insomniac, not sleeping, working, and what comes along with that as well. I don't sleep, so that's why I feel that.
So I really don't have too much to say about Insomnia, but that's like the third track into the album, and I would have to say he kind of reminds me of Absol.
Really?
Yeah.
When I heard Insomnia, he did remind me of someone. I do not remember who it was though, but I try to not to compare
or anything.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to compare at all, but just going back to like Absol before he was like more famous,
and not saying that you are comparing it, but
I'm not. It's just like there's similarities, and I think I'll go more into the similarities probably by self-value. I'll dive into what I mean by that. All right, so the next song or the next track off the album is Let It Ride, which is currently playing right now. I feel like it's actually a good writing song. Sorry to say it's called Let It Ride, but it sounds like a good writing song. There's definitely a trumpet in the background there if you all can hear it. And it's like this song is more jazzy, I would say.
Let It Ride. I got more so of a vibe of like.
You hear it?
Yeah. From Let It Ride, I get the vibe of Let It Ride. Like
don't stress.
Yeah,
don't
stress.
Yeah, you could be right.
Just let it ride.
But you could drive down 85 playing Let It Ride though.
Yeah, especially with that trumpet.
Yeah. Nice little rainy night. I can see that happening. I like it.
Hometown Funk.
Hometown Funk. Okay, so we don't know where Frank is from, right? But there's a line in the song where he goes, "Brooklyn, my second home." So Frank, are you from New York? Let us know. You know, it's a bi-coastal thing here. But yeah, I like Hometown Funk. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. He does like this 1, 2, 3 thing that I really.
The 1, 2. Wait, is that this song? The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah.
Oh.
Which I have a question about that. If you watch this review, and you know any artist, feel free to go ahead and when we're doing a review on you, answer anything or
hit us up.
Yeah.
On Instagram, YouTube,
put
Twitter.
in the comments anything we might be leaving out. But 1, 2, 3, the whole 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 too many times. Is it referring into like Black Lives Matter? How many kids were died?
You just be going deep.
Or
on me. I like it.
Is it like when kids play hide and go seek and they count down from 10 to 1 or 1 to 10, ready or not, here I come type of thing, and it's like, well, don't break outside that box. Like stay where you are type of thing. Because he's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I forgot the bar that comes right after he says 10, but he says don't something, which makes me feel as if he's like trying to like a greater force trying to tell him to stay in your lane. Like don't do what you want to do. Don't break out.
It's funny that you mentioned that, right? It's very funny that you mentioned that because at the end of the album, I was actually gonna say this about Mr. Logic. Okay, so real quick, I know we already talked about Let It Ride, but on Let It Ride, I feel like he switched up his rapping style and it kind of went into like Bone Thugs and Harmony, like how they rap fast. So I just wanted to say that real quick. But to piggyback on what you're saying, don't break out your yourself or out of your box. I think that's all he talks about is breaking out of your box. Yep. Like, I don't know his background. I don't know what he's overcoming in life. But whatever it is, he's basically tell you to break out. Like follow your goal, follow your dream. Think about what you're doing in life. Think about what, your what people are telling you to think about, what the world is trying to tell you to do, and everything like that. Like,
and that's what I was trying to touch on with the 1, 2, 3. That's pretty much what I was trying to say, because it does when he says because in the line he says you're trying to break out, it's a crime, and I feel like that can go exactly either way, which is like whether if you're small kid on your block and trying to make money, so you hustle and it's physically a crime, or whether you're that kid who wants to be himself, but themself may be gay, and maybe that's socially looked at as a crime, or maybe you're that kid and you're in the in a black neighborhood, but you like skating and you like rock and you
All these
like
cliche things that are supposed to be not you,
yeah.
but they're you.
So society tells you, oh, that's a crime, or you're whitewashed, or you're this, or you're that.
You going against the grain, period.
Yeah,
Because
so-
right now, even to be a person of color is going against the grain.
And I'm feeling certain aspects.
Yeah, but we don't have to get into that. So as we wrap up on the album, Self Value. This is the song that's currently playing right now in the background, and Self Value was actually the song that he performed at Replay, and he had the crowd moving.
Yeah, but definitely.
I liked it. I think a lot of people liked it.
We should definitely put up the picture.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna put up the pictures of everything I took at Replay. So that's gonna be on our Instagram and our Twitter account.
Definitely got some dope
Thank you. I
pictures of him
tried.
jumping around.
I
on
tried.
stage, yeah.
I was representing for like one half of MusicSoundNoise.
Hey man, you got to appreciate
So yeah, that wraps up the review on FrankLogic.
it. You can do Afro Nubulo.
Oh, okay. So the reason why I didn't do Afro Nubulo, because it's the last track on the album and it's instrumentals, and I actually wanted people to listen to it and give me their feedback. I have my own personal feedback on the title of the song, on the actual song itself, and I just didn't want to, like music is interpretation. So I didn't want to stray. Yeah, I didn't want to impose my interpretation on anyone else. So please go out, listen to the album, especially the last track. Tell us what you thought about it. Please comment, share. Again, anybody that's ever slid into our DMs, we've always responded back. So feel free. But yeah, that is the recap of Keep It to Myself.
Now it's FrankLogic because we also spoke about Monster Inside. So.
Yeah, we did. And hopefully we do an interview with you, Mr. Logic, and we get to get a lot of questions answered, like where you're from and do you play an instrument?
How old are you?
Is that you singing in the background? There's so many questions we have that we just...
Did you Steve Lacy it? Is it a garage band mixtape?
Did you make it on your phone?
Is it acoustic? What's going on?
Yeah, man. Like, did you play every instrument to develop Keep It to Myself? Who knows? But anywho, thank you for tuning in, and please leave us any comments, subscribe to our channel, subscribe to, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. And if you are a local artist and you have a show coming out, please feel free to contact us. We also have an email address. Just hit us up any way you can. Thank you.